Greetings, dear Capricorn. Welcome to Tifa's Tarot, and I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. And today we're going to go ahead and take a peek at you and your person. This is time for whenever you're watching this until the end of 2024. So we're just picking up on this current energy and seeing how we're going to end the year with a person that has appealed to you and is in your mind at this particular time, all right? So just keep in mind, Capricorn, that at this specific time that I'm recording this, Venus is in your sign. So when Venus is in Capricorn, it invites us to incorporate or to really look for love that has that quality of stability, that has like that long-term commitment to it, where you can be strategically planning for the future in that sense, right? However, on December 6th, Venus is transiting into the sign of Aquarius. And so for this is going to look more on what are our needs as individuals and how the relationship or the partnership that you have is unique and how it works for the parties that are involved in that way, right? So that's, it celebrates that uniqueness or that individuality in a partnership. So we're going to be just looking at what's happening between you and the person on your mind until the end of this year. So we're going to be using two different decks because I do often see that couples would tend to mirror each other. So that's very helpful to use two different decks for that. And so for you, we're going to use the Gilded Tarot Royale. And then for your person, we're going to use the New Era Elements Tarot, okay? So let's just first set the intention that this is for the sign of Capricorn. So if you have Capricorn, and it is in your sun, your moon, your rising, but particularly your Venus, then it is my sincerest intention that this reading may resonate with you and your partner in some capacity, and that you're able to apply these messages to yourself and to your partnership, always and only for your highest good. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's take a look at current energy and see where you are currently in this connection. Show me Capricorn in this connection. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe if this reading does resonate with you. I would greatly appreciate that. What is your current energy in this connection, Capricorn? Pull like 3 cards. I'm not taking any reversals, but I will mention if they are reversed in any way. So you've got the 5 of Cups, the 2 of Pentacles, and then you've got the Strength card. I'm seeing that there's something in your energy that's quite grief-stricken. You are very upset or disappointed about just things in life. This could be going through a depressive state. This is experiencing loss, maybe having some type of grief, maybe mourning in some way as well that could be affecting your relationship. But I do feel there is a certain level of like abandonment that you might be feeling in this connection. Now, if it's not necessarily in this connection, this could just be something that you're triggered by and you're dealing with these emotions while you're in a connection. I do see you really busy in handling your business with this 2 of Pentacles. This is keeping everything, all the balls rolling in the air at the same time. You're multitasking, you're doing what you have to do, you're keeping up with all your duties, tasks, and responsibilities. And then with the Strength card, this really shows an unwavering self-support or self-protection in a sense. This is really like loving on yourself unconditionally and showing yourself that this courage or this bravery that you have. But I also feel like with the Strength card, it's really attributed with taming our inner wildness, right? So that is like if we're going through, especially if you're in a depressive state, like say for example you're in this 5 of Cups energy, with that Strength card, it's like there could be people around you who are not quite able to grasp that you are in such a like heavy emotional state, okay? So I kind of see you like holding that back a little bit, and just needing to just do what you need to do throughout the day. There's probably a lot of things that you need to get done. There's a lot of responsibilities that you have at this particular time, and the Strength card is just you masking it in a sense and putting on a really brave face so that others don't really know how, to the extent of what you're and how you're hurting, okay? So that's how I see you approaching this connection at this time. Let's go ahead and take a look at, let's look at your person. Show me Capricorn's person. Show me Capricorn's person at this time. And just kind of went to the other side of the moon here. Okay. Your person also has this Two of Pentacles. You guys are both busy attending to all of the things. I just want to make sure that this is actually the Two of Pentacles. Okay, it is the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles ushers in some changes, right? But it's also about, despite the seasons, when you like are looking at this card, you can see there it's a tree that's in the descent of losing all its leaves as it approaches the winter season. And I feel like despite the weather or the temperature or life is going through like your seasonal changes, it still is going to require you to have a certain amount of upkeep in terms of like where you are, your responsibilities and your duties. So I see your person kind of going through that as well. They could also be in the process of kind of walking away from this emotionally. So I don't know if this is a connection that has like recently been disintegrated or dismantled in some way. Maybe somebody walked away and they don't really feel great about it, but it was honestly that all of the cups were not there. When we talk about the Eight of Cups, it's more of like things are good, but they're not great. And having that understanding of that there's more to be fulfilled on an emotional plane. And so your person, having not met those goals, made kind of an executive decision to move on. Maybe to the past. Six of Cups really talks about nostalgia or the past. Six of Cups also talks about children. There could be something significant about child or children that's affecting this relationship. But I would say there could also be this is coming to me in a couple of waves. Like if it's not about that, this is about your person making a reunion perhaps with someone from their past. Now if it's not that, this is your person walking away from, if this is a partnership that you've had for a long time, or that there's been a lot of time that you guys have spent together, a lot of seasons that you've gone by, and your person has decided to kind of walk away. But this nostalgic feeling is just like they're remembering like the good times. It's almost like they're wearing these like rose-colored glasses about this connection and not really seeing it for what it is. But either way, I see both of the two of you are very busy. I see you being almost like in a depressive state, to be honest with you, and not really like showing that. And I see your person who is also in despair. In some ways, you're really channeling and mirroring each other in that sense. I feel that they're walking away. They're choosing to remember how it was and not how it is. So there is something very significant about that. So let's go ahead and look at the dynamic. So these are just the current energies, but what is the dynamic of this partnership? What does it look like? So let's pull some from you. What's the dynamic in this partnership for Capricorn? Alright. So on your side, I see that you tried to take this somewhere. You tried to be very quick about like what to do in this partnership with this Eight of Wands. You could have also found yourself making like a lot of the executive decisions in some way. This is about being really quick, really communicative, ushering changes when need be, right, with this Eight of Wands. But I feel like as a result of that, you were kind of like left out with this Five of Pentacles. This is feeling like a little bit left out, feeling isolated in this connection regardless of it. Maybe feeling like you're being put out, but there's also this feeling that this is not an actual physical financial failure. This could just be you not really being able to give your all in this partnership. And for some reason, I do think it has something to do with this Five of Cups, right? And that Five of Cups is all about like being in a grief-stricken state. And so the dynamic that you bought with us was just not your 100. You were like not even a half foot in, half foot, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, I would say. But this is definitely like the inability to be able to give much more. You've been really just kind of resting in this partnership, not really doing too much. Four of Swords is like you've been meditating, you've retreated. You could also, I'm getting heavy into this healing mode because this also really shows like solitude, like you recovering from a really difficult situation. And you really thought about this partnership as something like a new opportunity, maybe to get you out of this state. Didn't really quite work in the way that you kind of wanted it to, but I saw you looking at this partnership as an opportunity, right? An opportunity to kind of escape your emotional woes at this time. Let's see your person and how they show up in this dynamic. So your person, honestly, your person came in with like, let's close this chapter. I'm willing to start a new chapter with you because the universe is, and maybe you've been around, maybe you guys have had other lifetimes together, or this is the second, third time at the attempt of trying to like have a relationship in some way. But I feel like there was an ending just for something to begin in this partnership, and your person was like, okay, I know this chapter with this with my Capricorn, and I'm ready to start a new one. Okay. Two of Swords, this is like your person was very cognizant about making a decision about that and trying to bring a little bit of peace to this, trying to bring some type of compromise or making an important decision about this connection. And really like putting it all on the line. That Hangman is about sacrifices. But in addition to that, it's also about it's being able to see things from a different perspective in a way. So it's like if you guys have been in a partnership before, maybe like you're restarting a connection, the Hangman is more of like, okay, well, I've gained a certain amount of wisdom from my previous chapter, and I'm ready to apply it to this new chapter with my Capricorn. And things have kind of changed because of A, B, C, or D. Like the time has changed, our circumstances have changed in some way. And so they were really willing to make that sacrifice to wait for you to go through this recovery, to take this chance with you. And I'm just not quite sure if it worked out in the way that they really anticipated that it would. I see them wanting to have started this chapter, but I'm seeing there's a little bit of lacking. There's a little bit of, you're not even holding back. It's like you're just not able to give. And maybe if circumstances were different, or if this was at a certain time and you're like in the past, it might have been possible. And I think your person understands that, and they've been very sympathetic with you this particular time. But eventually, like, it's almost like your grief kind of wore off on them in some way. And it kind of forced them to reevaluate whether this was worth the sacrifice. Alright, let's close this out. We're going to do a likely result. So we're looking into the end of the year. What is a likely result between you and your person? Show me a likely result between Capricorn and their person. Okay. I don't see a crash and burn. I see there being some type of balance brought to this, because this temperance is really just kind of all about creating harmony, creating some type of peace or patience, having some moderation and self-control. It's like if you guys have made an executive decision to no longer be together, it's like you're doing it reasonably, responsibly. Maybe maybe focusing a little bit more on long-term financial independence, I would say, with this King of Pentacles. So, like, being very practical. Maybe this is something that you just kind of turn into, and maybe you turn this energy into more of this like practical investor, financial leader, to avoid the emotional trappings of where this relationship has kind of taken you. And then with this Page of Swords, I kind of feel like by the end of the year, this really kind of just indicates you maybe perhaps looking at your person from afar as you begin to disengage in this relationship. I feel that it doesn't happen suddenly. You're still kind of there. You're still a little bit curious. You still want to know what's going on. So it's like, even though we are not together, I'm still, I'm just going to check up on you and just kind of see what's happening here, right? So with that Page of Swords. So overall, Capricorn, I just see a fairly hurt Capricorn at this time, who's just doing everything that they need to do to keep moving on in a situation, putting on a really brave face, while your person knows that they're not getting 100% of you. And so maybe they're deciding to kind of walk away out of this. It's no longer emotionally satisfying. And despite them doing the same thing, working on themselves, working on all of the day-to-day tasks and responsibilities, they can't really do it anymore. They could have a nostalgia about how this partnership was, how when they knew you, when it was like, and then when you guys restarted this chapter again, I see this person like thinking about it and like, it was like this, but it's not, because there's something in your life here that it's quite heavy. It's really, really quite heavy. I think you're healing. I don't think that a relationship, from what I'm seeing, is going to be like the best course of action for you at this time. Well, that's what I got for you, dear Capricorn. My name is Tifa. I do tarot. You can comment, like, and subscribe, of course. And I do offer personal readings. You can find more information in the About section of my channel or in the link below. So, happy healing. That's all I gotta say.